Oh dear students, last lecture we have seen the skin. Now today we are going to study this tooth. Now in mammals there are normally two sets of natural teeth. That is the primary dentition and secondary dentition. Primary dentition is called as deciduous or milk teeth, and secondary dentition, that is a permanent teeth. Hence, mammals are called diphyodont type. Diphyodont is two sides. Upper side half number of teeth are found, and lower side half number of teeth. Each tooth that be developed from a tooth germ and which is derived from ectoderm and mesoderm. All teeth have same basic plan, means tooth has three main parts. Now this is a vs of canine tooth. Means here heterodont type of the teeth are found in a human being or in mammals. Now in human being the dentition formula is 2123, means 2 that is the incisors, 1 canine, then 2 premolars and 3 molars. Now here this is the crown part, this is the neck part, and this is the root part. This is the two parts, main important parts. One is the crown, another one is the root, and these two are connected by this neck. Now here this outer part, that is the enamel part, and inner side of enamel it is a dentine, and some cells they are found in a pulp cavity. This is a pulp cavity, and these odontoblast cells are present. These cells are also called as a dentine forming cells. And then here vascular connective tissues, means some of the blood vessels they are found. These blood vessels and nerves. Now this is about the cementum structure and socket of the jawbone. A tooth has three main parts. One is a crown, second one is a root, and third one is a neck, or it is also called as a cervix. Now first, what is about the crown? This is the visible part of the tooth and which covered with glistening or hard substance. That substance is called as the enamel. This part projects beyond the gums. And second, root, it is embedded in a cavity, the alveolus or socket, inside the gum and jawbone. The neck, it is a part of tooth between crown and root. Now structurally, tooth is made up of four components: enamel, dentine, cementum, and pulp. Now first, what is about the enamel? It is hardest substance containing inorganic salts. That means 96% inorganic salts are there, and in that very greater part is a calcium phosphates. The enamel cover the dentine, and that will be secreted by epithelial cells of gums. The inorganic material is deposited in the form of the needle-like crystals, and which are arranged in a radially manner. Structurally, enamel is composed of enamel rods, prisms, and interprismatic substance, that is also called as a cementing substance. In the enamel, continuous lines are visible, and that lines are called as incremental lines of Retzius. Means these lines, continuous lines, they are visible in enamel. They are called as the incremental lines of Retzius. Now then dentine. Dentine, it is a hard, yellowish and elastic part. It forms the bulk of root or tooth and also gives the main strength. Now morphologically dentine, they are similar to the bone and composed of collagenous fibers in matrix of calcified fine branching tubules. They are called as the dentine tubules. Dentin, it is formed by odontoblast cells and this arranged in a single layer around the pulp cavity. Each odontoblast gives out branching protoplasmic processes towards the dentin called as dentinal fibers or fibers of tomes. T-O-M-E-S, fibers of tomes. And each fiber deposit dentin around itself, forming the tubular channels with dentin called as the dentinal tubules. Then third part, that is the cementum. It is similar to the bone, both in their morphology and in composition. It is darker than enamel but lighter in color than the dentin. It forms a sheet of calcified connective tissue around the root of the tooth. It covers the dentin and may be free of the cells called acellular cementum, and maybe the cellular, which contain these cells similar to the osteocytes. They are called the cementocytes. Now the cellular cementum sometimes covers inner surface of dentin, that is inner surface dentin means pulp cavity, for a very short distance at apical foramen. The cementoblast on the surface continues to form the cementum throughout life. Cementum form the protective covering over the dentin and which serve as attachment the tooth to surrounding structures. Now the periodontal membrane, or they are called as a ligament, it is also a sheet of connective tissues which surround the root of tooth. It is not calcified and it lines alveolar cavity of jaw bones in which tooth is planted. It remains in between cementum and jawbone. It contains fibroblast, osteoblast and cementoblast. It joins cementum to the bone and would provide the cushion-like tooth, and it is a continuous with the connective tissue of gum. The gum is a layer of keratinized stratified squamous epithelium supported by layer of connective tissue. It is connected to the teeth by periodontal membrane or by epithelial attachment. Now then last number 4th is a pulp cavity, or it is also called as the dental pulp. It is the central cavity in tooth filled by the dental pulp. It has a narrow pulp canal or root canal near the root, which communicates with periodontal tissues through the one or more foramina. They are called as the openings at or near the apex. They are called as apical foramina. The dental pulp is soft connective tissues containing odontoblasts, then blood vessels and nerves. The sensory nerve fibers terminates as pre-nerve endings, the odontoblasts, and they are pain receptors. All these structures enter the pulp cavity through the apical foramen. The dental pulp is useful for nourishment of dentin. Now this is about the actually tooth structure. Thank you very much.